Good morning, ROCKPOINT. I'm Carrie, and welcome to today's daily devotional. So we're coming out of quarantine, and I have to say this time has given me, a lot of time to really think about things. And I noticed, I don't think I'm alone here, but I noticed that I started to feel many feelings, and I didn't really know how to process them all. I started feeling overwhelmed. And when I feel overwhelmed, I start to do what I call living out of my character defects. Well, we all have character defects, and basically they're our emotional coping mechanisms that we come up with to protect ourselves. So for example, when I feel overwhelmed or scared or unsure, or if I take on the wrong size responsibility, I just begin to do things like I justify my actions or my outbursts. I want to take the credit for things that were done that maybe I shouldn't take credit for. I deflect blame off of myself and onto others. I get real negative and I can point out others' faults. It really becomes all about me and protecting myself. And I get real nasty with others. I get nasty with my kids and my husband and even my coworkers. And maybe if I'm not doing it out loud, it's in my heart. And my heart gets bitter and negative. How do I change this? I hate living like this. But I find myself swimming in these crazy waters and I want out. Well, I was talking with my mom the other day, and leave it to moms to save the day, even when you're 48. But we're actually out here visiting, and it was just perfect timing, God's perfect timing. But she was sharing with me a passage that she's been memorizing, and it's Philippians 2, and she's working on verses 1 through 11. And when she shared it with me, I thought, gosh, this is it. This is the answer. And I want to read it to you. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I am going to start in verse 1. And it says this: Is there any encouragement from belonging to Christ, any comfort from his love, any fellowship together in the Spirit? Are your hearts tender and compassionate? Then make me truly happy by agreeing wholeheartedly with each other, loving one another, and working together with one mind and purpose. Don't be selfish. Don't try to impress others. Be humble. Thinking of others is better than yourselves. Don't look out only for your own interests, but take an interest in others. 2, you must have the same attitude that Christ Jesus had, and that was, though he was God, he did not think of equality with God as something to cling to. Instead, he gave up his divine privileges. He took the humble position of a slave and was born as a human being. And when he appeared in human form, he humbled himself in obedience to God and died a criminal's death on the cross. I don't know, everything I naturally want to do to protect myself is opposite of how Jesus lived and how he wants me to live. So I just have to humble myself and ask him to do for me what I cannot do for myself. And that's put self aside and live for others by loving them like Jesus does. I don't know. I hope this gives you some encouragement today. And you know what? Go out and hug a friend today because you can. Love y'all. Bye.